Well, hopefully you can hear and see me from up there. Welcome to this week's video blog. As you can see, I'm enjoying myself in the garden, in my back garden, with my brand new torches, which I got at the flower show and which I told you about last week. I'm also, you can probably just about make out, I'm sitting in the plantation, and behind me is a sunken bed, made in fact of the coffee table, which I used to put my TV on until I got my new one from my nan. It's her one that she didn't want, and I knocked out the back of it, turned it upside down, half buried it in the garden and filled it with compost, and now I've planted out the first lot of seeds, as well as I've got some grow bags down here. But we're only halfway through the planting phase for the plantation at the moment, so there's plenty more still to come. This week I want to first say that I am doing the Nidderdale Walk again for charity. We're doing it for Help the Heroes this year. It's the 22-mile walk, so it's the longest there is, my third year of doing it, and you can see in the opening and closing credits where you can make a one-off donation through BeMyCharity.com, the website, and the information's in the opening and closing credits, by the way, and you can make a one-off donation if you're a national friend of mine or an international friend. If you're a local friend of mine, then it's time to corner me if you see me, and you can make you can just sign one of the sponsorship forms, which is no problem. The other thing to say is that the lovebirds have gone finally after about 2 months. As you know, the saga with them was that I've always wanted lovebirds. I bought a pair that was quite cheap because they were not the conventional colours. I released them into the aviary, and that didn't go down so well with the budgies. You know, you can put the two together, but you have to be careful because you can occasionally get compatibility issues, and I really did. I left them in there for about 2 weeks, and my budgies were getting, you know, bitten and damaged, so I had to remove them, and keeping them in that cage just wasn't practical. It wasn't big enough, and the people that I usually give my birds to sell them on wouldn't take anything bigger than a budgie, so I had to I think there's a bird down a little bit now. I had to go and put an advert in the Cage and Aviary magazine, and I finally got somebody who was going to be prepared to take them for free and to put them in an aviary with 40 other lovebirds. He's a disabled chap, so he spends a lot of time looking after the birds because he can't really work or do much, so that's what his focus is. So I felt like they were going to a much better home. So that sorted out. You know, I'm going to keep stum about the neuralgia this week. It's still going on. I've got another week of monitoring that before I can go back to the doctors and see what's going on. Just trying to think what else. A little bit worried that my lamps are actually going to go out. I don't quite know how quickly they burn the oil. But anyway, what else? Apart from the fact it's been lovely weather. I'm sure there are a couple of other things that I wanted to talk to you about, but in my haste of having set this all up quite nicely. Oh, you might not be able to see from there, but there is a fourth little lantern down there, which was given to me as a birthday present, in fact, and I've just learnt how to do it and turn it on. It's a solar light. It's the Markenfield Beacon, so there we are. You know, I'm very impressed with myself. Oh yes, the final thing was The diamond doves. Today I found in the aviary 2 eggs. One egg was broken, the other egg was intact. The broken one was in the water bowl, in the large water dish that they use for washing, and it looked like whoever had laid it was on the rail above and didn't realise what they were doing, and it came out and just fell. And the second one was on the ground not too far away, but it's intact, and to be fair, it must have been laid there on the ground. It can't really have fallen, it wouldn't have survived. At first glance they look a lot like zebrafinch eggs, because they're white basically. They're not quail eggs because they're not big enough, and they're not sort of brown splodged or anything like that. But if you look closely you can see faint grey markings, so I believe they are diamond doves. They're supposed to build a nest first and lay eggs inside the nest, so I'm not sure what's going on. I've obviously had to remove it, but I have been watching them because they've started to sort of sit on top of one another, but I wasn't really expecting them to, you know, go from there to laying eggs so quickly, so I've got to keep an eye on that. But other than that, I think that's about all I have time for this week, because as you can see, my little lanterns have burnt down significantly, and there's a bit of wind as well. I'm thinking they might go out shortly, and I want to see how quickly they're using the oil, because that will of course indicate how quickly I, you know, oops, one of them's gone out completely. That will indicate how often I use them. So until next week.